G'day, my name is Pete, and in this YouTube I'm going to tell you how to travel to Richmond by public bus and save a lot of money. We'll talk about where to get the bus, what to see, timetables and fares. But first of all, exactly where does the bus go from? It goes from Elizabeth Street in central Hobart. The bus stop to board is stop D4. Get there 5 or 10 minutes early because there are other bus services which use this stop. Opposite you can see the public toilets, which are handy. There are also route 726 services which travel through Richmond. They go to Campania, so either of those two bus routes will work for you, 725 or 726. We go past Constitution Dock and then we see in the background beautiful shot of the customs house here. We drive around the Tasmanian Museum and Art Gallery. This is worth seeing in its own right. This is really good venue. I totally recommend it. Let's have a look at the bus route once we get out of Hobart, and you can see we go through Rosny Park on the eastern shore. We travel through Cambridge up to Richmond, and as mentioned, a lot of services go on to Campania. It would be beauty if you would subscribe to this channel and hit some of those likes. That'd be great. Statistically, 29 kilometre journey, 35 minutes, so it's not that far. And immediately we see some of the highlights, and this is the beautiful Derwent River viewing from the Tasman Highway. And we will go up the Tasman Bridge there. You just see it. And when you get up on top of the Tasman Bridge, you get these fantastic views all the way down the Derwent River. That's the beauty of being on a bus. You are in an elevated seat and you don't have to worry about driving. You just sit and watch and enjoy. Rosny Park bus station. This is a place where lots of different services leave from to the east coast, Tasman Peninsula and other eastern shore suburbs. But we get out to the Coal Valley very quickly. The Coal Valley, we go through that, vineyards, glorious views. We go through that before we get to the township of Richmond. Richmond itself, you can just wander around and enjoy the historic buildings. Then there is a hell of a lot of place to do shopping and buy all sorts of different sort of things. Then you can enjoy some lovely morning tea, lunch. It's just about got everything. There's the Richmond Arms. Now we drive into the Richmond bus station, which has got area for parking, but it's also got this very useful public toilet there, which is pretty handy when travelling to or from Richmond by public bus. So just a few attractions of Richmond, the Richmond Bridge of course, and that's a great place for lovely walks, picnicking, just relaxing. The Richmond Jail.
On some occasions, this jail acted as a debtor's prison for those free settlers who were in financial trouble.
It's really worth going to.
Richmond Green or Park or Common. We've got the community hub right in front of us where they sell second-hand books and DVDs, really friendly people. And we've got other retailers there, all near the bus stop. The Richmond Arms in 1827. Most places in Richmond have been around here for 200 years. And across the road is Wattle Bank.
Another good lunch spot, but then just up the road from Wattle Bank. Opposite the Richmond Bakery is Game Dimensions for all board games, and on the left the Puzzle People for puzzles. Just a little bit more about these wonderful shops at the end of the video.
Stone's throw from the bus stop is Drink Tasmania. Delicious beers, wine, spirit and a warm fire.
You can have your refreshment inside there or outside in the courtyard. More shops there, including the famous Richmond Bakery. But let's just recap what we've seen. We've got off at the bus station and then we walked to Richmond Bridge through Richmond Jail and Richmond Arms. Game Dimensions, store is the Puzzle People, and finally a relaxation at refreshment at Drink Tasmania. Okay, the really important stuff, the timetable. There's 6 services a day on weekdays. They go roughly every 2 hours. not much of a pattern, so check your timetables, but there's also a number of buses coming back. On the weekends there's less services, but there are enough services to get you there and back in good order. Always be careful about getting back. Last service leaves at 5:25 on weekdays, 4:25 on weekends. I'd recommend the 10:30 service on weekdays and then coming back on the 4:25. That allows for lunch and a really good look around. On the weekends you might want to go to Salamanca Market on Saturdays, so maybe the 12:15 bus and the 4:25 bus in return. Again, gives you enough time, but yeah, you've got a lot of flexibility there too. Now the fares are fantastic. We've got half price fares in Tasmania for the year 24-25. And the cash fare now is $3.60. That's a lot cheaper than going on a tour. $7.20 return, of course, a double fare. Concessions even cheaper. And if you want another discount, you can get a green card from the Elizabeth Street Mall, right next to the bus mall. And the green card's available from Metro Tasmania. You can get 20% off those fares. FPOS is currently not available on TassieLink bus services, but you can contact them for further information. Now back to looking around the puzzle, people. We can see the Dalek of Richmond from the Doctor Who series.
Yeah, I know.
Enemy of the Daleks, you must be destroyed. Do not touch me. If you touch me, you will be exterminated.
I just enjoy spending time and choosing a really good puzzle out of this shop. They've got such a good selection. The puzzle people. And right next door we have Game Dimensions. Now, I buy a lot of board games, have done for 50 years, and this is the place in Tasmania to go for your favourite board game. It is a terrific place. I love going there and then playing some beautiful board games. Game Dimensions. And we finish off at Drink Tasmania, a gorgeous selection of Tasmanian-only spirits, wines and beers, even beers on taps. Great places to sit and sample. The fire is exquisite in the winter time. All refreshments are available as takeaway. Fantastic service. Drink Tasmania.